If you run advertisements, then you know that discovering the winning combination between your audience, copy, and media, whether that be video or graphics, it's like finding the holy grail. That winning combination will unlock treasures for you. Downside is that's going to require a lot of testing. And as we all know, testing is going to take a lot of time and cost a lot of money. So what if I tell you there was a way you could quickly identify high performers from low performers within 10 seconds, and it's not going to cost you any money at all? By the way, this is not a clickbait. I am actually going to show you a systematic process on how you can identify these ads in under 10 seconds, and you don't have to sign up for anything, go through any long email chain, or sign up for my course, none of that. There is no course at the end of this video for you to buy. Full disclaimer, this strategy should work for a wide variety of industries, whether you're selling a product or a service. Now, there may be niche scenarios where this might not be applicable, so I'm going to let you decide if this strategy is for you or not. Let's dive right in. My name is Kai. I'm the current CEO of Penji. We're an on-demand graphic design service provider, and we work with thousands of agencies all throughout the world, designing hundreds and thousands of ad creatives for their clients. So we've seen anything and everything in between. I'm going to teach you how to grade your ads using just 3 criteria, and the grading scale is going to be very simple. Yes, no, and maybe. Not very complicated. You'll have to actually read the ad out loud yourself, and here's why. It probably sounds stupid the first couple of times you do it. Your coworkers might even laugh at you if you're working at the office. But when you read the ad out loud yourself, that's when you could hear the mistakes, and you could hear if it sounds right or not. If it's your ad and you wrote it, trust me, you won't be able to tell if it's a well-written one or not. Read it out loud, and I can guarantee the mistakes would jump out at you. The first criteria you want to look at is audience. Read your ad and look at the media that it comes with and try to determine, are you mentioning a specific audience or not? If it's your business and it's your money that's on the line, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that, well, I want to get as many people interested as I can, and hopefully I get more customers from that. That's not true at all. In advertising, the more specific your audience, and also the more specific your messaging to the audience, the likelier you are to actually convert them into a lead or a sale down the road. What if it's not specific? How can you fix that? Greet them. In the very first line of your copy or your headline or whatever, simply greet them. Hello, all pet lovers. Hello, all, or greetings to all Shopify store owners. Greeting them in the first line gets their attention right away, and that's one effective and easy solution to zone into that audience. After you've identified your specific audience, now you want to mention a problem or pain point that they have. You're thinking, that's pretty obvious, Kai. Who doesn't do that? You'd be very surprised to hear how many people don't actually do this, and especially do this correctly. I mentioned clear problem and pain point. What does that mean? You want to write the problem in the language and use the verbiage that is common and easy to understand for your audience. You don't just want to list it in your language or how you understand it. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're selling razor blades. Now, what is the problem that razor blades solve? Well, it cuts unwanted hair, right? If you were to write the problem for men, you would probably use the verbiage of, well, this razor blade can help you shave those unruly beards or mustache. Now, if you were to write the problem for women, would you dare mention anything about shaving their beards or mustache? No, you wouldn't. So think about your target audience, the language that they speak, and the verbiage that they want to hear, and then repeat the problem using that same verbiage. Make sure that it's clear, make sure they understand it, not that you understand it. That's a very important distinction. Now we're on to the third criteria. And you're thinking, it's obviously the solution to the problem, Kai. Not quite. The third criteria is actually you. And you would be very surprised just how many people forget to mention their own company within their ad. Read your ad again, look at your copy and graphic or media, and see, is your logo on there? Are there any mentioning of your company or your services at all within this ad? Now, why don't you need to mention the solution at all? Because if you did a great job with identifying and narrowing down your audience, and you were able to convey the problem in such a concise, accurate, and you're using the right verbiage that resonates with your audience, I can almost guarantee your ad is like so hot right now, they will do their best to seek out the answer on your website. So they will find you. Don't you worry. They will find the solution themselves, but you have to do everything else correctly. And the last thing you need is make sure to put your own brand, to put your own stamp on there. Don't forget that step. Now let's put it all together. Here's how you can quickly grade your ad in 10 seconds or less. First, start by reading your ad out loud, and then trying to see if there is a clear audience being mentioned. And then number two, is there a clear problem or pain point that is written in a language using the verbiage that resonates with your target audience? And then number three, are there any mentioning of you or your company at all within the ad? So now that you've done that, it's time to grade your ad. And as you know, we grade it from a very simplified grading scale of yes, no, and maybe. If the ad contains 0 out of 3, that's a no. You definitely don't want to use an ad that doesn't mention you, it doesn't mention any problem or pain points or the audience at all. It's practically worthless. You don't want to use that. That's a clear no. If the ad contains 1 out of 3 criteria, it checks off 1 out of 3, that's actually a maybe, because you can actually get away by mentioning just the pain point and not mentioning the audience or who you are. In some cases, you can get away with that. Now, if the ad has 2 out of 3, it checks off 2 out of 3 boxes, then that's a yes. That's actually a pretty good ad. If you can find a way to squeeze 2 out of those 3 criteria in, you're in very good shape. So what about the ad that contains all 3? That, my friend, is the holy grail. If you manage to squeeze all 3, you found the perfect audience, you're speaking directly to them, you're communicating the pain points or problems in such a clear and concise language that makes sense to them, and you're able to also finesse yourself into the ad, that right there is a winning ad. No matter which platform you are on, I can almost guarantee that one will outperform any other ad that you have every single time. Thank you for watching this video to the very end. I hope this has been helpful. Please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of it and if this has been useful for you at all. And also, if you want me to grade your ad for you, go ahead, take a screenshot and attach it to the comments below, and I'm going to reply with my grade. And with that, I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching.